And the businessmen from America who were in Mexico had to move from Mexico back to their countries. And the money was no longer leaking. The money was being spent into the Mexico economy. In our country, what is happening? We are doing the opposite. We are encouraging the foreign investment in our country. For example, look at the Absa Bank. Absa Bank registered 46 billion profit in its first quarter. By the end of the year, they shall have registered 200 billion, approximately 200 billion Kenya shillings as a profit. On the other hand, the government has decided to reduce the corporate income tax, which we call the CIT, abbreviated as CIT, from 35% to 30%, meaning that the government is losing 5%. So if we take 5% of 200 billion Kenya shillings, we get 1 billion. So the government is losing 1 billion from the corporate income tax and wants to tax the normal Kenyan and recover that 1 billion from an ordinary Kenyan, which does not make sense at all. So the government's intention is not to constrain absorption, is to kill Kenyans. Because we ought to have increased that tax for the corporate income tax, for the foreign companies that is making our economy, or rather the economy of the Kenya leak into other economies. Our money is being invested outside because Absa is not Kenyan-based company. It is based in South Africa. Therefore, why are we giving all the money that Kenyans are making in Kenya to Absa and taking it back to South Africa? We should tax that heavily so that that money we can benefit from it. Because if we take a profit of 200 billion to South Africa, what are we remaining with here in Kenya? So because the government is not considerate and they are allowing a lot of nonsense, so basically this finance bill is going to destroy the lives of Kenyans. The finance bill, you're even financing Mama Mboga who are doing the chama system, the merry-go-rounds. And indeed, this bottom-up means taking money from the bottom, from the Mama Mbogas, from the hustlers, taking it up in form of a tax. And that up there, it is an automatic, there's an automatic result that the money will disappear. So if you look at economics, this idea of a finance bill has failed. And I can assure you that in the next financial year, Kenya is not going to collect a revenue more than 2 trillion. Why? Because if you increase tax, you reduce the aggregate demand, you reduce the consumption, therefore you cannot collect. As simple as that. So whoever is advising William Ruto, I think that person must have come from another planet, not from our planet. Thank you and God bless you.